Hello and welcome back to Kev's Vintage Tractor Repair channel. In today's episode we're going to be fitting the new crankshaft in the Fordson Super Dexta engine. This episode is sponsored by MARC UK, so I hope you enjoyed the episode. Hello and welcome back to Kev's Vintage Tractor Repair. So it's been a little while since we were doing anything on the Fordson Super Dexta engine, but now I've got everything here, we can start rebuilding. We've got our new crankshaft. The other one couldn't be ground. We tried polishing it, but in the end it started to flake away and bits were coming off, which was a bit strange. But we've got this brand new one, so what we're going to do is fit in that. So first of all, we've got all our tools out, but what I wanted to show you was when I took the shells out, something I thought you might be of notice. This is the front set, okay, for the for the crankshaft main bolts. And it says top on the front. I haven't seen that for a long time on engines I've been working on, but if you're doing other engines, these are top and bottom sometimes. So that'd be definitely something to keep an eye out when you're pulling the old engine apart, or let's say when you're refitting them. All right, so I thought I'd just show you that. And if you have a look inside, they're not that worn. They've picked up dirt and grime over the years, but we're going to put some nice fresh ones in. All right, so I thought I'd just show you that. We cleaned everything. All right, so everything's all ready to go. These have got numbers stamped in them, but sometimes a bit hard to read. So that's number 4, so it's the back of the engine. Number 1, front of the engine. Lock tabs, you can see that one. Now, you could use that again, but if you sort of think, like when you sometimes bend a paper clip or something like that, and the more times you bent it, it would break. And the same thing with these, all right? I've seen it before, people will use these and you find them in the bottom of the sump where this little tab is broken off, but you can buy new ones. Just for they're only a few pence, you might as well put them in. And we've got some nice new sort of lock tabs. So I've cleaned all these up. Let's put the little washer back on. So let's say, if you can get them, replace them, make them even if you wanted to. But the more times these keep getting bent over, the worse they get. Here's our main bearings. So what we'll do, just open them up. Make sure everything's clean, your gloves are clean, everything that you pick up is clean, because you don't want any dirt or anything going into the engine. So them there, front two, and obviously our rears. Now this table looks a bit mucky, but it is clean. I did give it a clean this morning. This is a brand new crankshaft, so we're putting standard bearings back in. So if you had it polished to 10 thou, you'd see 010 on there. That means a 10 thou under, 20, 30, and so on, 40. Have a good look at them. You can see they're nice and clean. What we're now going to do, we're going to start fitting the bottom set of shells in. All right, so everything's clean. I've blown everything out. If you ever get your engine rebored or faced or anything like that, you've got these holes here, which are your oil galleries, or going down into your goes. Make sure you blow all those out and all your bolt holes. All right, so what we're going to do, we're going to put the first set in. Just check there's not tops and bottoms, which there isn't. So that's that one. So you got your little locator tabs there as well. And if you look, make sure that the holes that are in the shells line up with the holes that are in the block. All right, because if you can't, I have seen people wedge them in the wrong way and then they fold over each other. But make sure all the oil holes and the little tabs are in place. So, number 2. And then, which I was then going to do, is, all right, so there's the bottom ones in. Now we need to do our thrust washers. So we'll just have a quick look. That's your run and face, all right, because you can see these little marks there. All right, we can all see that. And obviously then the other side, and the part number on the other side. Okay, that's the side which goes on the block. All right, so these ones with a little tab on, they're your top ones. So we just want the bottom ones for now. And what I like to do is, don't get loads of grease, you don't need loads, is just put some in there. Make sure you put them the right way around, and then the grease will help that stay in place. Alright, so we'll do the same with the other one. Don't be tempted to put grease in there, because what can happen, it can make your engine go tight, especially when you're trying to turn it over. I've done it, I've made the mistake, think, oh yeah, I'll get away with that, but you don't. Alright, so make sure you put that on. So, there we go. That's those in. That's what I use, this assembly lube. Alright, so all we need to do is just put a little on there. Let's do all of them. Now what's nice about this, this is sticky as well. You can use engine oil, use the engine oil that you're going to run the engine with, but I just find when you do that, because it's quite thin compared to this stuff, it will find its way down the oil holes and sort of disappear. So all I do is then give it a quick wipe with my clean glove. When we first start the engine up, we know there's oil around. Once we put all the oil in, the proper oil, this will just disappear throughout the whole thing. Now I've cleaned the crankshaft, alright, because it comes in really sort of sticky, waxy stuff. Brake cleaner's just good, that'll help clear it. So I haven't put the counterweights on yet, alright, because I just find that easier and they're out of the way. Sometimes it's easier with two of you, alright, because they are heavy, but all you want to do is lay it down nice and gently, alright. So make sure you hold of it, and then all we do is, here's a good thing to show you. All I've done is laid it in, alright, you've seen that, but as I was putting it in, the thrust washer has moved up. Alright, so I was probably a little bit twisted. It nipped on this side and pushed it up. All you need to do is just push them back down. Alright, you can put these ones in at the end. You can sort of poke them down and slide them round, but they're in now. Okay, so if we sort of go back to where we were, we've got the crankshaft in. Alright, don't be tempted to start turning it. Alright, because you're going to move everything. Alright. So what we're going to do now, we're going to put all the main caps on. Our bolts, what we don't want to do is put these in here dry, okay, because it's going to give us a false reading when we torque these down. Alright, now I use this as sort of an assembly lubricant. This is quite expensive, but I am doing a lot of engines all the time. So, but what you can use is a little bit of engine oil. Alright, same engine oil you're going to use in there. Don't flood it completely. You just want enough on the threads so when you're going in, they're going in and they're lubricated. Because if you've heard when you trying to undo something that's tight, you hear that crack, crack, that sort of noise. Alright, that's because the threads are dry. Alright, so make sure you put something on these. Alright, so what we're going to do, we're going to start fitting the caps. There you go. So if you notice, this is the front one and one had top. There's no oil way hole in that one. Okay, so you could get them the wrong way round. All right, and then you would be blocking the oil way to the other side. So, a bit of our assembly lubricant again. So it's already stringy in there, and then go on to our locators, so a little bit on the threads. Alright, other place to do it, now you can use, this is where you can use oil, is, I don't know if I can, put it on the washers here, just put a little bit on there. Alright, now the reason for that is we're going to pull these down really tight. And what will happen, when we start doing these up, what will happen if you do them dry, what can happen when you're pulling them really tight and there's no sort of lubricant under here, what it will do, it will rip the washer to pieces. Then all of a sudden you'll get little bits of metal gone into the sump. Just a little bit on there. Once it goes in the oil, this disappears anyway. So same with the other one. It's like with anything, you don't need to put loads of lube on, loads of this, loads of that, because it just makes a mess when you're trying to work. All right, and putting engines together, you'll make it as clean and tidy as we can. At the end of the video, like I do as always, we'll put the part numbers down for you, in case you want, obviously, them for your own rebuilds. But just remember, when I put the part number down for these, that's got standard on the end, but you're going to want whatever size for yours, all right? But you should have that measured. So here's our last cap we're going to put on. So bearing goes in there. We have to put the other halves to our thrust washers in. So same thing again, a little bit of grease, not a lot. You can see I put a little bit of grease in there just to hold these washers on both sides, because you can't slide these in afterwards. We could have done with the bottom ones, but you can't with these ones. Gently. What you may have to do when you put these ones in, you might have to knock the crank forward and back, just in case it isn't quite in the right place, all right, to get our thrust washers in. Right, so that's the back one on. Okay, this is the best bit when we start putting the engines back together. All right, putting these nice new parts in. And same thing again, still don't be tempted to turn it over. There we go. Okay, right, so what we'll do, they are 13/16 size heads. What you want to do, all right, you see a lot of people will use air gun or cordless drill to pull these down. Just take your time. All right, so we'll get these just nipped up. As soon as you feel it go a little bit tight. All right, so that's nipped up. Don't want to cram that one down all the way. Sort of stagger it, go around. All right. All right, just nip them up gently. That's the middle. Go over here. All right, so they're all nipped down. Now, we could have a little turn now. Moving nice, all right, they're only nipped up. Nothing can really move now. And I start getting that oil moving around those bearings. So, we now need to torque these down to 95 foot-pounds. So I'll just set that up. What I tend to do is do about half, all right? So it's 95, I'm gonna do 45, all right? That's more or less half. I don't like to pull them all the way up nice, really tight. Do it in stages. Get it on. All right, so a little bleep with this. So they should all be at 45. All right, so that's at 45. So we'll give it a turn. No tight spots, it's moving nicely. So now we'll go up to our finish, 95, which is in metric about 129. This is why you don't want to pull them all the way down, to your finished number straight away, because it won't pull the caps down nice and square. Okay, so they're all down to 95. So now give it a spin again. Feels a bit, it's just the oil's a bit thick. That'll put in there, but once the proper oil gets moving around, that'll free off. So we've got our little lock tabs. What we normally do now, you bend those over, lock these bolts in place so they don't move, but we've still got to fit the pistons on our big end journals here. Now, what I don't want to do, bend these over, fit all my pistons, then all of a sudden I've got a problem with my pistons. Then I need to take the crank out to see if there's a problem. Then you obviously got to bend all these back out and start all over again. But get it all in, give it a few turns, revolutions, and then at the end we can knock all those up. For the next video, I'm going to be fitting the pistons. Then I'll fit my weights, my counterweights on. It just gives you, because what they do, they stick over this way a little bit. And what it'll do, it just narrows it up, trying to get these pistons in number 1 and number 3. All right, so just keep them out of the way for the moment. That's it, that's our crankshaft fitted. We've gone through the bearings, pulling them down to Newton and then turning it over, make sure it's nice and free, which we have. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Please like and subscribe, and say if you haven't already. The next episode, we're going to be fitting our pistons together, putting the rings on, fitting them to the con rods, and probably fitting them in as well, depending on how long the video gets. Right, so I hope you enjoy, and I'll see you next time.